Hello everyone, we're back with another video. So after my last review, I've got of the last video store, I've got another limited edition Arrow video release, and it came out I think it came out this month. It's either March or February of this year. And the reason I picked this up, it's another blind buy, is because I'm interested in watching this certain director's back catalogue, because I've not actually watched a lot of let's just say, Mr. Sam Raimi's back catalogue. I've only watched the Spider-Man trilogy, the Evil Dead trilogy, Doctor Strange 2, and what did I watch the other night? The Quick and the Dead. I watched that for the first time. That was pretty good. That was quite entertaining. So this one I decided to pick up because it was coming out on Arrow Video. I decided to pick this up because, you know, if you've watched the channel before, you know Arrow Video is my favourite label of the boutiques. It's only second sight right there. Funny that. But that is The Gift. Here it is. This is the Blu-ray edition because this was the only edition that my H&B had. They don't get a lot of 4K stuff, and because this was a blind buy, I didn't want to go straight in for the 4K, but it's still quite a lot. It's the limited edition with the slipcover and stuff like that. It stars Kate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves, Katie Holmes. So like those actors alone, I was like, okay. So one, some good actors in there. Two, it's by Sam Raimi, and yeah, so I thought I'd give it a go. So here's the artwork on the front. Very, very mysterious. It is a sort of like thrillery sort of horror film, I think. Either way, so apparently that this was done just before he did the Spider-Man trilogy, so that's quite interesting. So what are the limited edition contents that we get on this Blu-ray? So you get a new 4K remaster from the 35mm into positives by Arrow Films and Shout Factory, a high definition Blu-ray 1080p presentation, original DTS HD MA 5.1 surround sound audio, optional lossless stereo audio, optional English subtitle for the deaf and hard of hearing, brand new audio commentary by critics Alexandria Helen Nicholas and Josh Nelson, or Nielsen I should say, brand new audio commentary by critic Megan Navrio? We'll go with Navrio, that sounds about right. She was on the last video store, wasn't she? Isolated music and effects tracks, haunting visions, a newly filmed interview with actor Cecil Ross, Savage Waters, a newly filmed interview with editors Bob Moratsky and Arthur Coburn, Southern Gothic, a newly filmed interview with composer Christopher Young, 4 archival featurettes, The Gift, a look inside, the making of The Gift, the cast on Sam Raimi and Sam Raimi on the cast, promotional interviews with Sam Raimi, Kate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves, and Giovanni Ribsby, I should say, footage from the film's world premiere, music video, Furnace Room Lullaby by Nico Case, theatrical trailers, TV spots, radio spots, reversible sleeve featuring the original and newly commissioned artwork by Tiana Dine. That's a fucking strange name, I've never seen one like that before. Illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writings on the films, and an excerpt from the book The Unseen Force, the films of Sam Raimi by John Muir. Very nice. The runtime is 112 minutes. Aspect ratio is 1.85.1. I've told you about the audio, and this is rated 15 for contains strong language, horror, violence, and nudity. So there you go. And this Blu-ray retails at $17.99. So a lot more bonus features than on the the last video store, but this is obviously this is Sam Raimi we're talking about. He'd already done the Evil Dead trilogy. I'm pretty sure he did he do Darkman before this? I'm pretty sure he did do Darkman before this. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I hate getting cellophane off, I really do. So there we go. Ooh, Feels a lot more, it feels like a matte finish to that. Yeah, it feels like a very matte finish. If we take off the slipcover. So the front of the booklet and the disc is the exact same art, which is kind of a shame. What film have we got? No poster in this one. It's a much thicker booklet than the last video store. We've got a promotional card for Trick or Treat, which is a great release from our video. I would recommend picking that up if you can get the chance. This is right. I know this film came out in the 90s, and that is a very 90s DVD cover right there. Look at that. That's quite funny. So let's have a look. How many pages are this? So got cast and crew. Then the writings is the soul of this town. You got production notes from 2000 and the unseen forces. And here as well, and we've got about the presentation at the back, which I'll quickly read to, and there's that contents page right there. We'll have a quick look at some of the writing. White on a bit of a black background there, not too hard on the eyes, very nice. Just want to get that without the glare, which is kind of hard, as always. But yeah, so we'll skip right back to the end, and we'll read about the presentation. There's a lot more about the presentation on this one. The Gift has been remastered by Shout Factory and Arrow Films and presented in its original aspect ratio of 1.85.1 with its original 5.1 and stereo audio sound mixes. An original 35 introspective was scanned and restored in 4K resolution. Some of the reels from the original 35 camera negative have been lost, so the decision to use interpositive as the primary source of this restoration was based on maintaining consistency of the image quality throughout the presentation. The film was graded in SDR, HDR10 and Dolby Vision. All restoration work was completed at Focum Creative Services. I don't know how you say that. FOTOKEM. The material was sourced for this project, was made available by Paramount and Lakeshore Entertainment. QCR reviews was completed by Duplatech. Very nice. So there you go. So obviously some of the original 35 camera negatives were lost. So we will have a look to see if they have a consistency in the image with the into perspective. So yeah. That's all the physical content. I was expecting maybe a poster or some art cards. But yeah, there's more special features on this one. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go whack this in the player. I'm going to see what it looks like. And I'll review the film and the transfer when I get back to you. So stay there, you lovely bastards. Mwah! So I'm back from watching Sam Raimi's The Gift on our video. So what did I think about the film? Yeah, it was quite interesting, to be fair. Obviously, I don't hear a lot of people talk about The Gift by Sam Raimi. It's one of his more... Is forgotten the right words? I don't know. I don't know if forgotten is the right word. But I know not a lot of people talk about this movie. Or in the circles I've ever been in. No one really talks about this movie because obviously Sam Raimi is so well known for the Spider-Man trilogy and Evil Dead trilogy and just Darkman as well gets more mention than this. What else? Even the second Doctor Strange gets more mention from Sam Raimi about this. So I didn't really know what to expect. And obviously I watched The Quick and the Dead late last month or maybe earlier this month. I'm not too sure. But I did watch The Quick and the Dead. So, and obviously watching that, there's just Sam Raimi has a certain over the topness to him, and that's probably why everyone loves him. That's a good reason why I love him. So seeing it a bit more dialed down in this movie was quite interesting, and I think that personally works because there's a lot of serious themes going on with this, like with murder, assault, threats of sexual violence as well. So I'm glad that he knew just to tone it down. There are still moments in there because Cate Blanchett has the gift, shall we say, where she can see things that are going to happen. Well, she gets an idea. It's not like she can see everything in front of her sort of thing. She gets inklings, she gets visions, not over the top stuff, you know. It doesn't give too much away of the plot, which is good. So you do get some of those sporadic edits that is Raimi's known for, over the topness, like, which I saw quite a lot of in Quick of the Dead, whereas that would work because that is a very silly Western tale. So I'm glad to see it was dialed down in this movie. So Cate Blanchett is looking after her 3 boys. Her husband sadly passed away a year prior to the events of this movie, where since I think which she says triggered like the nights before her husband was going to die, she was having visions of her husband's death, didn't want him to go to work, he went to work, and then sadly, tragically, he died. So since then she's been trying to help people out, and she has this friend who comes to see her, and who is the wife of Keanu Reeves, who plays an abusive redneck in this movie. And I must say, I can't really remember the last time I saw Keanu Reeves as a villain, and he does it very well. He plays an absolute piece of shit in this movie, and he plays it very well. Like, there was some of the scenes where he was interacting with characters, such as Cate Blanchett or his wife and stuff like that, which I found really hard to watch, because I was just like, fucking hell, mate. These sorts of people, no, fuck them. So yeah, a young lady goes missing, presumably dead, and lots of things point towards Keanu Reeves' character. There's a lot of twists and turns along the way. So yeah, it was. I didn't see it going the way it did. There was lots of tragic moments in this. I don't want to give too much away because of like ins and outs of other characters, because there are some very fantastic performances through this. I didn't think anyone. No one really. I was like, oh, that's a shitty performance. I thought everyone was actually pretty good in this. There was some beautiful location work in this as well, like this out in the woods town sort of thing. Yeah, really, Sam Raimi really captured that vibe with his direction. Yeah, cast was brilliant, and yeah, I would recommend the film. Just if you're a Sam Raimi fan, I would recommend watching this film, because it's something that people don't talk about much, and I would like more people. I'd say go check this out. If you're a diehard Sam Raimi fan, I'd definitely say it is worth a watch, just to see the difference between like the 2 trilogies he's done, or the Doctor Strange movie. I've yet to see Dark Man. This one that's on my list of his to see. The transfer that Arrow have done on this, like I said, this is only the Blu-ray edition, but it looks fantastic. I think this is a really good transfer. It looks very sharp. It's very colourful. Nothing feels like washed out. Like nothing feels overexposed. Grain is very it only comes up in certain points. So throughout most of this runtime, I was just thinking, wow, what a really crisp picture. I think they've done a very good job on this 4K transfer from the 35mm into positives. I forgot it was into positives. But yeah, no, I think this is actually a pretty good release from Arrow Video, transfer-wise. I've had a few iffy ones recently where I thought to myself, I'm not too sure about that one. But yeah, I think they've done a very good job with this one. I don't know how much more the 4K would look. I really wish that I could have got my hands on the 4K for you, but maybe they'll come out in a standard edition, release at some point. But yeah, the gift was actually quite a surprise of how much I actually enjoyed this, to be fair. Like I said, it is hard to watch in places, so go in with that if you struggle watching stuff with like Assault and stuff like that. And I would go into this movie with caution, or maybe avoid it in total if it's too much for you. But overall, if you are a Sam Raimi fan and would like to check out more of his lesser known titles, I would recommend The Gift, and Arrow Video have done a good job on this transfer, so I would recommend it on the transfer basis as well. So yeah, pretty good. So yeah. That's going to be my review of The Gift by Sam Raimi. Have you picked up this review? Have you seen this movie? Will you be picking up this review? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new around here, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy stuff to come and all that bollocks, as they say. Got a few more videos in the pipeline. Don't know when my next Arrow video one is. I have been enjoying picking up more Arrow releases and doing reviews on them as of late, even if they are a couple months old. So I don't mind doing those sorts of things. If I missed it at the time and people haven't done a review on it and I want to do a video on it, I'm going to do a fucking video on it, because why not? There's a lot of YouTube channels that I watch on different sorts of genres that do reviews, so, and they do stuff from years ago. So, like, an example that did really well was my Chucky video. Wasn't it? That came out probably a year prior to when I got my hands on it and did the video, and it's actually done quite well. So if you watch that video, thank you. If you hear from that video or any of the other videos that I've uploaded recently, love you lots, and I hope you enjoy what's to come. And if you don't, well, go watch someone else. Anyway, guys, I've been your boy. Hope you have a great evening. Love you lots, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bosh.